Here are the 5 secrets for being able to take your gifts and your superpowers to the right group of people who you have influence on and being able to deliver value to them in the right way. Now, we want to be delivering value in a way that we give without asking for anything in return. That way, we are inviting the universe to pay us back. We are working to improve our relationships so that we get relationship results, relationship riches from the outcome. So let's cover these 5 areas. Let me know in the comments which of these stands out the most to you as something that you can do. Now, real quick, my name is Jake Talbert. I am the founder and chief giver of the Giver Method and Impact Makers. And what I've found is that some of the best things you can do, like translating your unique gifts, superpowers, whatever that may be, into tangible value is so rewarding. It's one of the most rewarding things in the world. Now, at the same time, that doesn't come without challenges. It doesn't come without challenges along the way. In fact, I saw a comment the other day on one of our videos where a person said, like, I know what my superpower is, and I'm almost afraid to give it, and I don't know how to give it. And so we already recorded a video on fear. You can check that out, on the channel. But definitely want to dive into how you can then provide that value out to others. So we're going to cover these 5 secrets, these 5 areas. And like I said, let me know what your thoughts are, which one stands out the most to you. Creating value goes way beyond like transactional exchanges with individuals. It's about recognizing like those intrinsic worth, those, the principles, the qualities that, you have in you and serving selflessly. When we focus that way, it's much more meaningful value, and the outcome we're trying to produce, we're trying to become impact makers, is so much greater at that point. So 5 secrets, let's dive into them real quick. Secret number 1 comes down to your skills and expertise. Inside of skills and expertise, there are 3 core principles or areas to look at. Number 1's your problem-solving abilities, okay? So your ability to tackle those challenges that come up and find solutions for people creates so much value. Now, that could be on a personal issue. It could be that you're helping out a colleague of some kind. But the problem-solving skills, the level of value that comes when you're able to be the person to step in using your gifts and superpowers to solve that problem automatically starts to create amazing value for people. Now, not everyone's going to have a problem. So the second point within skills and expertise is knowledge and experience. There's so much value in being able to share knowledge you have or the experiences that you've been through in helping people to see what they can be doing. So when you're developing gifts and superpowers, you may work through learning new things. You may gain knowledge as a part of that, or you may be gaining experiences by utilizing your superpower. So that gives you more ability to navigate through those conversations and provide that value to everyone. You can create a really big ripple effect as you do that, using your learning, your progress to help others. The third area within skills and expertise is just straight up technical skills, like your technical abilities that you have. Like it could be in coding or web design. I do a lot with, marketing automation systems and, CRMs and things like that are out there. Your technical skills could be the superpower they need. So it may be just a direct application that you're serving a need in that case. That's something that I see all the time as I'm helping clients in my, regular day-to-day world, is that I'm utilizing that technical skill on top of knowledge and experience and my problem solving to really help push things forward for them. Secret number 2 that you have inside of you that helps you to create value is your personal qualities. Now, in some cases, that could be your values. It could be the things that you just make sure to do every single day. But there are personal qualities about you that you can utilize to create value. I'm going to cover 4 of those. These are not the only 4, but they're just 4 that we're going to cover because we don't want this video to be an hour long. So the first one is going to be on trustworthiness. So being reliable and like creating a foundation of trust, it's going to be one of those things that when someone can count on you, there's a security in that, and they're more likely to come to you to receive value from you. So trustworthiness is super important. The next one is going to be empathy and compassion. When I was writing my book, The Giver Method, I found the number of times that I had to talk about empathy throughout all the chapters, it almost got to the point where I had to just start calling out and being like, hey, we're talking about empathy again, because the path to becoming a giver and impact maker comes with a lot of empathy as you're working with individuals. So showing understanding and caring for people's feelings and making sure that they feel heard. Active listening is another big one that goes into that. But being able to be someone that they can listen to, or they can listen to them, that could be a shoulder to cry on, that could be a whatever. There's so many ways that creates value. Other personal qualities like your motivation, your work ethic, those are ways that we demonstrate our dedication to what we're doing. So that strong work ethic, it can push others to want to do more. One of the examples I use with that is I've received the feedback a lot from my team that when we had some rough times, slow times, whatever it may be, that everyone always said, like, what seemed always true was Jake always had an even-keeled head. It never looked like there was anything wrong. Now, we've since grown and expanded and are doing amazing, but during that time, it gave everyone more confidence and it provided that value to keep progressing themselves, that I was able to do that. I was able to have that work ethic, able to articulate motivation properly. And of course, the fourth one in that is going to be communication skills. So your communication skills, like effective communication skills, providing clarity to people, making sure you're understood, like those are qualities that just automatically provide value and help people to see what you're bringing to the table and how it's going to help them. The third secret is all about impact and outcomes. All right. So this is where you're going to take some time, review your past. So we want to pull out your past performance, things that you've done, kind of like the experience, but you're going to want to reflect on how you've successfully helped others, how you've helped them, because that will help people to see the value that you're bringing to the table. You can also utilize the second point within that. It's going to be showing the potential of change. So past performance, here's what I've done. Here's what that could look like for you. Like being able to influence and show how it's going to have a significant impact on their lives with what you're helping with is going to help ramp up the value that you're providing and ramp up the potential impact that you could be having. And of course, you contribute to well-being. So your actions are always going to directly enhance someone's emotional, mental, or physical well-being. We always talk about there's three currencies in life: time, energy, and money. And, each of those has ties to emotional, mental, or physical aspects in them. So acts of kindness, providing service, that's why we're all about developing those gifts and superpowers and using them, giving them without asking for anything in return. That selflessness is so important. Number 4 can sometimes be the one that people have the hardest time learning how to work on, develop, or how to utilize their gifts and superpowers to provide value. So it's going to be the intangibles, the intangible items. What are the intangibles that can be brought to you delivering value? So let's look at intangible value that could be there. So number 1, inspiration and motivation. Honestly, it's like, well, how do I be inspirational? How do I be motivational? Honestly, it's all about presence. And you can inspire others to become better versions of themselves by how you show up. I love when I get the comment from people when they both be like, well, that's just because you're this, or you're so, like, what I love is I know that you're such a great you're such a great dad because I can see that you you're such a great husband because you and I'm not trying to toot my horn. I'm literally just giving you examples. So living authentically and pursuing your passions and encouraging others to do the same. That's inspiration. That's creating true motivation. You can also, an intangible is creating a sense of belonging, building a sense of belonging, and community, making people feel like they're a part of something is really essential. Inclusivity, whatever, I probably said that wrong. Organizing a social gathering or getting together with others. I always try to invite people, my wife and I would try to invite people to dinner. We try to take people out to do things simply because we're trying to foster better relationships with them and to help certain people feel that sense of community. And of course, the other intangible is going to be positive influence on their perspectives. Helping people change the way they look at the world and how they see things is going to provide them so much value, because then they can address their issues in a totally different way and not have to be and not be caught up in their mind of things that they've had in the past. They get past the head trash that could be there. Secret number 5 is all about the intrinsic worth and principles that you have. So this is where we come back to serving without expectations, giving selflessly, not asking for anything in return. That the value that comes from that, where someone doesn't feel like you're just giving to them so that you can get something from them. That's going to be so important. Integrity and ethics, so like that's, principles, values that you should have. So being able to act with that integrity and like a strong moral compass, people see it, they notice it, they feel it based off of that. And then of course, when you're committed to your principles. Now, best example I can give on that is oftentimes from a religious standpoint, people make decisions. People will wear certain things because of their religion, or they won't partake in certain activities. They won't drink or smoke, or they wear outward expressions of their inward commitment. And when someone knows that you have that and you act the opposite, it devalues so much, where people then go, oh yeah, well, that's what they say, but that's not who they are. And so the more that you're committed to those principles, the more that value continues to be created, because people can see what you're doing and the way in which you are doing it. It doesn't only fit with religious aspects, but that's just an example that works really well for this situation. So there's going to be times, these are the 5 secrets, like I said, and no matter what, there's going to be times where you won't fully grasp the value you're creating. And quite honestly, that should be a good thing. If you're creating so much value and you're creating that ripple effect that goes out, you're never going to know what the true reach of your value was, or even how much value you created for one person. If you've ever had someone in your life come to you and say, oh my gosh, you helped me so much with blank, and you're like, that was something simple, I didn't even think much of it. But those little things sometimes can be the biggest impact. So not all value has to be this great, impressive, massive thing that you do for them. Being one who is a giver and looking to make an impact, being intentional in the impact you're going to make, that's what's going to make value happen, from small little tidbits to big gestures. So when someone feels this way, each of these principles, these areas, these secrets, whatever we want to call them, is going to help amplify whatever value you're bringing with your gifts and superpowers, and it's going to help you to then just continue to enhance those relationships and continue to invite the universe to pay you back. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. You should like, share, comment, whatever it may be on this video. Check us out on Facebook, LinkedIn, we're here on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever it may be. Go check us out. You can check out thegivermethod.com for more details and for more information on how we help people become givers and take their gifts and superpowers so they can eventually become an impact maker. Hopefully we'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.